Hello there, fellow adventurers. The developer of this game sent me a key, even though he thought it might be a bit too weird for me. Obviously, he didn't watch my review of AD 2044. Anyway, I gave it a go and it turned out to be a right laugh, though at first I was calling it Bru Boegie.
Yeah, it's a very like South African way of saying the G. It's, so I say Boegie.
Boegie. How you feeling, man? I'm feeling pretty good, thanks, Bru.
So let's find out more about Bru Boegie from creator Mike Scott.
Sure, so my name's Mike. I'm an indie animator and director and video game maker, basically creator from South Africa. Been mostly involved with animation, done a show for Nickelodeon and a pilot for Disney, and always been interested in games, and recently, within the last year, just went indie.
Hey bro, is animation your passion?
Animation sucks.
This is the 10-minute short that I recently completed, Meteorite. Then, you can't see it now, but hanging up behind me is it's called Bru Boegie the movie, which is South Africa's first full-length 2D animated movie.
But what if someone comes out with a South African 2D animated movie while we're making ours? We need to move fast.
So within 2 weeks, I think I'd made the movie, but it's mostly 90 minutes of Bru sitting and meditating. You know, I love point and clicks. It's been my favorite games for sure, you know, from the 90s, Sam and Max Hit the Road, Day of the Tentacle. Just hugely inspiring. But it's my two characters that I've been drawing since varsity, Bru and Boegie, two best friends who only wear underpants.
Remind me why we're wearing underpants? You devoted yourself to only ever wearing underpants without compromise.
I started drawing these guys at a high school, and I just thought it was so funny that the guy's always got his hands in his pants. I've got some dialogue in the game where Bru, I think, comments on the underpants. He's like, why do we wear underpants always? And Boegie's like, that was like very commendable, you know, so I joined you.
Remember, Boegie, one has to commit oneself to something. Anything. It's tough being principled, especially in winter.
I just kept things really simple in terms of the objective is get the milk. And this is the first part in a trilogy of Bru and Boegie games. And second one's get the sugar, and the third one is get the coffee.
What am I supposed to be doing again? You need to get milk from the shoppy.
So yeah, I applied for a Game Jam doll, which is just a small amount of funding to get, you know, games going. And it was supposed to be just a 2-week thing that you're supposed to show a prototype at the end of 2 weeks. I took quite a bit longer than that because, you know, at the end of 2 weeks I had something playable, but I was like, for narrative games, you really only want someone to play it once and have the best experience once, you know. So I spent, I think, about 4 months just making the first game. I'm really inspired by this chap Adam who started the point and click devlog, and you know, he's also a first time dev, and I was like, this guy's story is fantastic. He's kind of really harnessed the power of community, so hats off to him.
Did you know? I think dinosaurs looked like big chickens, and I bet they had beautiful plumage. Bright feathers instead of dull scaly skin. I can kind of see it.
You know, I've heard in comedy it's great if people laugh where you think they're going to laugh, and it's not great if people laugh where you weren't planning for them to laugh, you know. So I'm pleased the comedy's coming through. A lot of it's kind of local South African humor, and I was, you know, it's always a question, is this going to translate?
It's a Boegie in a box.
That's Mr. Boegie in a box to you, lad.
So Boegie is a South African term for like a homeless person. Like the idea of a dude sitting in a box who's like a trillionaire and owns all the stuff in the town and the shop, but he just chooses to live very simply. I love that.
If you have so much money, why do you have a sign saying, please help?
Oh, that, yes. I'm looking for something to lift up my Lamborghini.
You know, when I get a bit disheveled and I grow my beard out and my hair goes crazy, like, you know, I do look a bit like a Boegie, and my wife knows this.
See ya, Mr. Boegie.
Au revoir, my unusual man-child.
When I first came up with Bru Boegie, I was like doing little projects at varsity and I was studying fine arts, and I just felt like I needed something to do that I can continue doing and build upon, you know. So I was like, I need to commit to one project almost for the rest of my life. And then I did Bru Boegie, and I'm like, okay, for better or worse, I'm gonna continue doing projects about these two weird bald dudes in their underpants.
Hey, Boegie. Nobody's watching our show on the internet. Maybe it's because people think we look weird. No, Boegie, we are the beautiful people. Yeah, I guess.
My brother and I, when we were younger, we did chill with our hands in our pants quite a bit, you know, and I think it's probably not so great for our folks who had us hanging around the house with our hands in our pants, just chilling.
Oh yes, milk.
Gotta get the milk. Gotta get the milk. Gotta get the milk. Gotta get the milk. We gotta get the milk.
Nice. When your name is Bru and you want a coffee, but you got no milk, just ask Doggy Boggy. Gotta get the milk, gotta go to the shoppy. Gotta pick up objects and be eclectic. To progress to the story, gotta be lankic. Again, a point and click game. I know you know the story, boy. You gotta get the milk. 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 Gotta speak to the people, including Boegie. Don't stop along the way in case you get super mochi. Put your hands in your pants and give it your bestest. We gotta get that milk, even if we get arrested. The Breadhead, Jackson, and Mr. Baggy. And let us not forget about the shop fella Birdie. You could even try to speak to Pregnant Cat. She'll just say meow back. How about that? Gotta get the milk. We 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 gotta get the milk.